on this computer. Okay. All right, you guys, let's get started. So how to get fitter, leaner, stronger, and burn stubborn body fat. This presentation is for active women over 40 who unapologetically want to look and feel good. I have a program called Fitter, Leaner, Stronger over 40. And when people join, they fill in their health intake and then they give it back to me and we meet for a one-on-one consult before they get started. And in every one of those assessments, women tell me they're frustrated with their body. They turned 40, they turned 50, maybe they're in their 60s. I have women in their 70s who are frustrated with the weight gain that comes along with midlife. And they're confused and they don't know what to do. And they've tried all kinds of diets and all kinds of strategies. And it's not working and they're frustrated. And that's why I really do want to address this and have a really open conversation about this, because I also think most of the women who follow me are runners. That's because I have a running Facebook group and I do work with tons of runners. And I know that we can hide behind the miles and the races, because I've worked with thousands of women. And underneath, there's a deep frustration with their body. And we run more and we eat less, trying to fix the problems, but we don't talk about them. And I love to open the conversation. I love to have the real conversations and help you guys with what you really need help with. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. And so what we're going to be covering is what the heck is happening with your hormones over 40. You have to understand that your hormones are shifting over 40. We can't ignore that fact. We have to understand deeply what's happening with our physiology. I'm huge. I really deeply believe that education and learning has to be part of this process of getting fitter, leaner, and stronger. All the fitness challenges online, they just give you a list of what to do, what to eat, what not to eat, and they don't teach you why or what's happening. And so often, we just fall off track and we don't understand why. And when you don't understand why, there's a missing link. And so for me, I'm a lifelong learner, and I just feel like it's so empowering to understand what's happening. So we're going to explore your hormones and how they're changing. We're going to talk about why focusing on increasing your metabolism is the most effective way to build a fitter, leaner, stronger, healthier body that's burning fat and feeling incredible. So we're going to focus on metabolism. We're going to talk about the 3 pillars of increasing your metabolism and getting fitter, leaner, and stronger over 40. So this is what you have to do to get fitter, leaner, stronger over 40. And then I'm going to give you guys an invitation to work deeper with me for more learning, more coaching, more conversations. Okay. So why am I teaching this workshop? Kind of alluded to it already. Women are frustrated. I think that the biggest problem is that the biggest frustration is that you guys are in midlife and your body is gaining weight and you don't know why, and it's frustrating. I think, again, I've worked with thousands of women and hundreds in my coaching programs. And that's what you tell me on the intakes. I'm frustrated. I want to lose weight. I don't understand what's going on. And so that's why I'm doing this, because this is what happens when you guys are frustrated with your body, right? We start restricting, because everyone on the internet saying cut carbs, train fasted, don't eat, blah, 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 all circled around restriction. Then you get hungry. Then you fall off track. Then you lose control of your eating. You end up binge eating and overeating. And that creates a lot of guilt, shame, and frustration. And then we hit rock bottom and we start the cycle again. Get back on track. I sign up for the next marathon. I commit to 75 hard. I'm back on no carbs. I'm back on keto. And it only lasts so long. Maybe we lose some weight, but we always gain it back. We always fall off track and we always gain it back. And the reality is, when we're approaching our health and fitness in this restrictive, on track, off track way, losing weight through extreme measures and then starting again, restricting and then binging, it's super stressful on our body. Our body hates up and down. My clients, if any of you are listening, I talk about this all the time. Our body hates this. Our body likes stability, safety. A body that is stressed out like this is going to hold on to everything. And what happens when we do this cycle over and over is it downgrades your metabolism. It triggers systemic inflammation. It leads to hormonal dysregulation, fat storage, exhaustion, and frustration. And every time we do this cycle, and if any of you have lost that weight quickly through a restrictive diet and then gained it all back and then some, we've actually like reduced our metabolism. We've lost muscle mass, and then we've like the fat that we gain back is like harder and harder to lose. It's physically hard on our body, and it's mentally very hard on our body. And I know that women struggle with this because, like I said, I work with so many women and I get it. Women don't work with me because everything's going awesome. I don't work with the top 3% of high performers who are, there's a group that live around me and they're like the high performers, marathons at 3 hours. They're working on like the nitpicky details. That's not who I work with. That's not me. I work with the women who are just struggling with some of these basics, right? Not that these are basics, these are big things, but I don't work with high performers. I'm not a run coach for the elite. I work with the average everyday woman who's busy, who's stressed, who's had tons of trauma in her life. And she runs for sanity, but she wants to be fit, lean, strong, and healthy, but she's struggling. And so you guys are likely here for one or all of these reasons. You're frustrated and confused about what's going on with your body. You're likely working out, struggling with nutrition, gaining weight, especially around your midsection. You hate how you look, and you're struggling with confidence. 91% of women dislike how they look. They dislike their bodies, right? Because social media and diet culture has always taught us that as well. So that's a big piece of it, which we explore not here, but in my other program. You're likely here, maybe you have no energy, brain fog, you're achy, you're bloated, you're exhausted, you're moody, you're irritable, you've got anxiety or depression, or you cycle through both. You're possibly feeling on that verge of a mental breakdown. What used to work is no longer working. You're overwhelmed by conflicting information. You're not sure who to listen to or what to do. You've tried all the things and nothing is working. You just want to know what to do to look and feel your best. And what you really want is to confidently know exactly what to do to get fit, lean, strong, and feel good in your skin again. You want to feel like yourself again, but better. You want to be calm and happy. You want to reduce that stress when it comes to especially nutrition. You don't want any more overwhelm. You want it to be easy and simple. You don't want to be obsessing about food or how awful your body feels all day, every day. That's what people tell me. They think about food 24/7. They've tried counting and keto and tracking and macros, and they've weighed their food, every bite of it. It's still not working. And the stress level is way up here. And that is not a way to live. And I don't do any of that. I don't teach any of that. I don't think any of that's necessary. I think it contributes to the problem versus the solution, helping you guys get to a solution that's simple and easy.
Hello. Good, how are you?
Can you guys just mute
Jill?
yourself? I think I found her. You want to have more energy. You want to feel badass in your body and sexy in your own skin again, okay? You're going to get a lot of value in this workshop if you're a woman over 40, and 50, 60, 70, doesn't matter. We're all in the same boat here. There's lots to learn. I can address all of it. You're an ambitious go-getter who wants to learn, and you like to take action. You're somewhat or very active, or you used to be active and you're maybe in a slump. You know and value the importance of prioritizing your health, and you're here to invest this time and focus into yourself. You unapologetically want to be fit, lean, strong, and healthy for life. I think a lot of women, we don't want to say that, but it's like it's in there. I want, again, in the intakes, people tell me that's what they want. I want to be fit, lean, strong. I want to be healthy, right? And this is for you if you're looking for information and education on your uniquely female physiology. You do not just want another quick fix diet that's going to lead to quick weight loss and then weight regain. Okay, I don't teach quick fixes or biohacking. I teach only solid foundational strategies because they work. Okay. My promise to you today is that I'm going to teach you the basics about your unique midlife hormone changes and how to adapt your workouts, nutrition, and mindset as an active woman over 40 so that you are confidently able to start working with your body, not against her. to restore your metabolism and start getting fit, lean, strong, and healthy for life, okay? And this class is going to be unique. The ideas I'm going to be discussing, you probably haven't heard. The fitness industry everywhere is telling you to just eat less, exercise more. It's simply calories in, calories out. It's not. That's not how it works. If it was that easy, we would all be fine. We would not be here. That's not how it works. What I'm going to be teaching you isn't just theory and basic physiology I learned back in exercise and female physiology 101 in university. I know the science, the basic foundational science as a physical therapist. That's what I was trained in. I've treated everybody. I've worked with thousands and thousands of people. But more than the science, this is going to be practical. It comes from the wisdom I've gained after working directly with thousands of women over the last almost 20 years. There's a very big difference between science and what should work and what actually works in the real world when it comes to women, especially women in midlife who have a lot of stress, a lot of decades of stress, a lot of trauma upon trauma upon trauma that has never been addressed. There's a lot of unique stuff for women over 40 because we've been raised in diet culture. We've been told to eat less and hate our bodies since we were small girls. And that hits us hard in our 40s, in our 50s, in our 60s. And so, yes, what you should do is very simple, but women struggle to do it. And so what I teach you guys is that wisdom of all of this, and then how to bridge that gap between knowing what to do and how to do it. Because what to do is going to be simple. How to do it with consistency through all of life's ups and downs, that's the hard part, okay? What to do is simple. I'm going to teach you that. But so grab a pen and paper. I talk quick. Like I said, I'm going to try not to make this too long, but it's already 11:20. So I'm going to cover a lot, okay? So my big asks is that you listen to this entire workshop. If you have to leave, just come and listen to the replay. I'm going to send it out to you. And I ask that you remain open to learning new things, that you remain open to learning about things beyond just workouts and what to eat. That's the simple part. The hard stuff is actually the deeper work I'm going to talk about, okay? My ask is that you take action on the ideas that I'm going to share with you today. That those who are open to learning and then who put in the work are the ones that get results, okay? So are you ready to get started? Let me know in the chat. You can use the chat too. I'll try to watch the chat as I go. Can I put it on full screen mode? I can't put it on full screen mode right now. I can send you guys a copy of this as well in the replay. Awesome. Okay. So if we haven't met, let me just do. I'm Carrie Adam. I'm a physical therapist. I'm a mom. I have 2 boys. I'm the creator of Running Moms and the Fitter, Leaner, Stronger method and coaching program. Helping women get fit, lean, and strong. I would say from the inside out, because my work isn't just about workouts and nutrition. It's about a lot of personal development work, emotional mastery work, subconscious reprogramming work, radical self reflection and self-understanding work. Because I know that when women are strong on the inside, they're strong on the outside. And when women get strong on the outside and work with their physiology, they become stronger on the inside and they have more to give back to their families. I'm not a marathon guru or I'm not obsessed about running. I'm obsessed about helping women get strong. Women are everything in the world. We need more women. We need more strong women because women are the caregivers of family and community. And women are struggling. And I've watched women struggle for decades, okay? We think it's going to get easier. And then our kids grow up and then we have aging parents and it falls on us too. And women put themselves last, okay? And I want to help you guys keep things simple and take care of yourselves too, okay? It's not that you're putting yourself first and you got to be selfish. It's that you have to take care of yourself too. And this is my goal in life and in my work. I'm not a fitness unicorn. I eat breakfast and pizza. I love margaritas on Friday night and Wednesday night. But I take my health really seriously because my physical health is directly correlated to my mental and my emotional health. And I have to keep that strong. Okay. I love studying. I love learning. I'm obsessed with women's physiology and psychology. And I've worked with thousands of women. I practice exactly what I preach. My body and my health does not fluctuate because I know what to do. I keep it super simple. I do not get sucked into any fads. Again, as a physical therapist working in the first 10 years of my life, working on the front lines and in acute rehab of very serious medical conditions, I know the foundations work. I know when you work with your body at the foundational level, it gets better. These fad diets, and again, I've worked with women for almost 20 years now. I've seen fads come and go, and I've seen women struggle for decades. And I don't do any of those. I do the same things. I've been doing and teaching the same things since before I had babies. Since I was in university, I went through a small phase of obsessive running where I busted my knee up and wreaked havoc on my hormones and my mental health. And I pulled myself out really quickly. And again, like I said, when you're on track and off track and restricting and binge eating and marathon running and not eating and doing all these crazy things for your body, it doesn't function. And the signs, the weight gain, the headaches, the exhaustion, the bloating, those are all signs that your body's like, I'm inflamed and tired. You're not working with me. And I don't do that. And so I'm steady. I get fitter, leaner, and stronger year over year. It's wild, but it's true. And it's just the basic stuff, which I'm going to teach you. And the results from what I teach are typical when women learn what I teach and they put it into practice, right? They do it and they don't expect that quick fix 30-day challenge to change them. These women work with me for years. They don't work with me. I teach people what to do and how to be independent so that you guys can just continue to do the things without any more challenges, without external accountability. You guys need to learn how to do it yourself, how to be accountable to yourself, how to work with your body and not against it. And I set these women up to work with their bodies and how to do it. And they just keep doing it. And year over year, they get fitter, leaner, and stronger. Okay. So warning though, these are all motivated action taking women.
Good morning.
If you don't want to learn, if you only want to talk about restricting carbs and running marathons, and you don't want to do any deep work or radical self-awareness or any personal development, this workshop's not for you and I'm not going to be able to help you. But if you're a goal-driven woman, confused, frustrated, tired of the struggle, cravings, binge eating, restriction, shame, misery, exhaustion, weight loss resistance, clothes that don't fit, working out hard but you don't look like it, hating your body, and you're ready to learn, commit, and do things differently, if you're ready to take ownership of your health, fitness, body, and do the work and learn about yourself and how to do this beyond just workouts and nutrition, this workshop is exactly what you need, okay? It's probably what you've been missing. So let's dive in. Understand that this is a high-level overview. If I was to teach you everything, it would take me a whole weekend seminar, it would take hours. That's what I have inside the Fitter, Leaner, Stronger Over 40 program. It's everything, but this is going to be the high level overview for you guys, okay? So topic one, what the heck is going on with your hormones? This is key, right? So we need to first understand your hormones. What's this? Turning 40 in a few days and I'm injured at the moment. Also did too much fasting and run myself. Yeah, if you don't eat enough and you run a ton, you're going to burn yourself out and get stress fractures. Stress fractures are a sign to me that you guys are not eating enough and you're training too hard. Yes, I'm here to change that for you. So your hormones in your 20s and 30s, okay? 20s and 30s, our metabolism is roaring. Our body is designed to make babies. That's what we're on this planet to do as women, make babies. And so our hormones are pretty cyclical. That's why we have those monthly cycles. When we nourish, pretty good. And when we train, pretty good. Our cycle stays pretty strong in our 20s and 30s. Our hormones stay pretty stable. We got good levels of progesterone and estrogen, and they rise and they fall the way they should. And our bodies are designed to be very strong and resilient in our 20s and 30s because we are here to have babies. And our hormones are designed to help us have babies, okay? And we need to have healthy bodies. We need to have healthy cycles and healthy hormone levels to have those babies and to take care of those babies. Think about when you have babies and you don't sleep, you function on that no sleep, right? Like, it's because you got strong hormone rhythms. But after 40, we hit this phase called perimenopause, which is sort of the 7 to 10 years before menopause, which is when, you know, you can't have babies anymore because the system's shut down. But in that phase, it's like a slow shutdown. It's a reverse puberty, right? Puberty, your hormones are crazy because you're ramping up to, your hormones are shifting as you become reproductive, right? And as we're shutting down, it's the opposite. And so you can see our progesterone and estrogen are crazy in these years. Our hormones are crazy in these years until we hit menopause and they completely tank, they completely bottom out. So we are changing, like these estrogen and progesterone, and there's lots of other hormones too, but these are the two main ones that are really changing in midlife as women specifically. And these don't just have impact on your reproductive system, they actually have impact on every system in your body. And that's why it's like, I haven't changed anything. This is why you feel like I haven't changed anything. And my body is completely taking on a life of its own. And you can see why. Look at those hormones, right? The thing is, though, it happens to all of us. This is a normal phase of life. These are normal hormonal shifts. But modern life, and when we're active and when we're runners and when diet culture is telling us all kinds of crazy things about nutrition, we end up working against those hormone shifts. Your body doesn't do this by accident. Your body is designed to thrive through every phase. But modern life and diet culture have us working against our hormones, and that's where the real battle is. And so the two biggest changes I want to highlight in these hormone shifts that really affect us when we're talking about active women who want to be fit, lean, and strong, but whose body seems to be piling on weight regardless of like what we're doing. With these changes comes sarcopenia, which is muscle loss. So as these hormones shift, our body is set up to lose muscle unless we're training and eating to build that muscle. And with muscle loss comes a slower metabolism, okay? And so it's like, we think that our metabolism slows down because we're aging, and it's like, no, our metabolism slows down because our hormones are shifting and we're losing muscle if we're not eating and training to maintain that muscle. And so that's where eating less and running more, they're actually making sarcopenia worse. We end up losing more muscle and slowing our metabolism even further. So we want to be training and eating to build that muscle in midlife, to keep that metabolism roaring. That's a big key, okay? The second one is in midlife, with these changes, we become less tolerant to stress and inflammation. Again, in our 20s and 30s, we can handle anything. We are so resilient in our 20s and 30s, regardless of what we do to our body. I could put the kids to bed, drink 3 glasses of wine, and still run a half marathon in the morning. No problem. I can be up all night with babies and still go to work the next day and handle it, because my hormones were set up that way. But when we hit 40 and those hormones start to shift and fluctuate, we don't handle that. I used to be able to train fasted and feel great until I didn't in my 40s. I used to be able to skip meals all the time until I didn't, and it wasn't working, right? And so that's a really big one. These are the two things that I really address in my program. So everything that I teach you to get fitter, leaner, stronger, and healthier in midlife is designed with these two issues in mind for midlife women, okay? And with this sarcopenia and slow metabolism and decreased tolerance to stress and inflammation comes more risk of belly fat, insulin resistance, overall weight gain, and all metabolic disease, diabetes, stroke, heart disease, obesity, all of it, okay? Also osteoporosis, as we lose that muscle, and there's different changes in there as well. So sarcopenia, again, I said, I've already kind of went through this, that we're losing muscle. Restrictive dieting or under eating causes the body to lose even more muscle, which slows that metabolism even more. So we talked about that. And then the decreased tolerance to stress and inflammation. And like I said, things that we used to tolerate, loads of sugar, alcohol, tons of cardio, fasting, skipping meals, not strength training, little sleep, life stress, our bodies aren't tolerating anymore because we don't have the hormones to help us. And the thing is, many women hit this hormonal chaos over 40 already in chaos. If we look at the last few decades of life, building careers, raising families, not sleeping well, stuck in traffic, hustling, managing the big emotions of modern life, big trauma, small trauma, cumulative trauma, putting our health last, yo-yo dieting, inconsistent workouts, fasted workouts, the ease of quick fix processed foods and the rise in sugar, perimenopause is almost guaranteed to be a shit show for many. Your body has to stop at some point, and often this is where it happens. People always talk about, oh, in midlife, women get heart disease and they get sick and there's so much autoimmune disease. We don't understand why. I'm like, I know why. Because of all of this, right? We're pushing and grinding and hustling and putting our health last and following diet culture strategies, and they don't work. And our body breaks down. It can only handle so much. And we ignore the whispers from our body until they become screams. And I don't want that for you. And this is why what used to work, loads of cardio, random workouts, eating whatever, training fasted, cutting carbs, calorie restrictions, clean eating, diet challenges don't work anymore. And the reality truly is that none of that stuff worked when we were younger, but our body was resilient and we could handle it. But none of that stuff was really working back then either. And if we had really dialed these things in back then, we would be in completely different shape now. But we can't go back because we didn't know back then. What I love to tell my clients is that now, once you know better, you can do better. And that's what I'm here to help you guys do, okay? Because it's frustrating, right? These perimenopausal hormonal shifts cause a metabolic shift in the way your fat is stored and the distribution of that storage. We talked about this a bit, but the main reason your body stores fat in menopause is because of the hormone shifts, but mostly because of the muscle loss, the increased insulin resistance, there's a decreased carb tolerance, all because of the muscle loss, okay? And we're not handling the stress and inflammation anymore. So then what we do, we go back to that cycle, right? That negative cycle that women go on. This is what you're feeling. And so then we end up focusing too much on cardio. We're going to push more cardio, more workouts, more running, pushing our body into the ground. And most women are doing more cardio and not enough strength training and not enough focus on recovery. Okay, remember, we have increased or decreased tolerance to stress and inflammation. We need more rest and recovery in midlife. And we're losing muscle. The only way to build muscle is strength training, not cardio. Cardio is great for cardiovascular health, heart and lung function. Cardio builds type 1 muscle fibers. The muscle that you're losing in midlife that's responsible for that metabolism are the type 2 muscle fibers. And that's only built through power and strength training. And we don't focus on that because no one's telling us to, right? We like running, so we're just going to run more. Okay, so that's mistake 1. Mistake 2 is we focus on restrictive, quick fix, fad diets, right? That leave you hungry instead of learning how to actually nourish your body and balance your blood sugars. Okay, big part of eating is learning to balance your blood sugars. That's going to help with cravings and decreasing stress and inflammation on your body. Training fasted, skipping meals, unbalanced meals are stressful on our body. And again, no one's teaching that. They're just saying eat less and exercise more. Like it's that simple. It's calories in, calories out. It's not that simple. It is simple once I teach you what to do, but people make it like overly, I don't know, it's not, they just try to oversimplify it. Mistake 3 is we react impulsively and emotionally, not with emotional regulation and critical thinking, which is why I love education. It keeps us using our frontal cortex, the part of our brain that thinks and makes decisions, instead of being like, I look in the mirror or I step on the scale and I freak out. So I start restricting again. It happens all the time. But if we use our critical brain and we learn to master our emotions, I teach mastering your emotions in the Fitter, Leaner, Stronger Over 40 program. It is an essential skill so that you get out of this autopilot reactive phase where we always go back to these restrictive diets and more exercise, things that you now know don't work. So we need to work on our emotions, not ignore them. Mistake 4 is that women end up blaming their hormones. We take on this like real victim mentality because we don't know. It's my hormones. I'm destined to gain weight. This is just life. You feel helpless, you hate on yourself, and you stay in this victim mindset. And yes, our hormones are changing. And we can't change the changing hormones. That's a normal part of life. But what we can focus on is what can we control? That's what I help women do. Focus on what you can control. My hormones are changing like all of yours. I just know how to work with my body and not against it. And mistake 5 is relying on motivation and guesswork to get you the results. You see, women, I just need more motivation. I just need more accountability to stick to my restrictive diet and to work out every day. I just need more motivation. That's not the answer. We don't need more motivation. We need more education. We need to understand what to do. And we need to learn how to do it through all the ups and downs of life. But these are the things that we're not studying. We're just like, I need more motivation and I'll sign up for another 4-week challenge and restrict everything I do and check in every day with my coach to send pictures of what I'm eating and do before and after photos every day. And it's like, that's not the work that needs to be done. We need to do the deep inner work, teaching you guys what to do, why to do it, and then how to do it through all of life's ups and downs, how to plan, how to think ahead, how do you get back up after you had a hard day, how to there's so many skills that I teach, how to be self-disciplined, how to take rests, how to roll with the phases of life. Okay. So those are sort of the mistakes. And again, this is always what happens. We restrict, then we get hungry, or we fall off track. We lose control of our eating. We have guilt and shame and frustration. And then we freak out and we're like, I got to hit the gym hard and restrict again. And remember, this cycle, this is that on and off cycle. It's super stressful on our body. And remember, in midlife, our body is less tolerant to stress and inflammation. So again, this cycle is even harder on our bodies in midlife. And again, it downgrades metabolism, triggers systemic inflammation, causes hormonal dysregulation, and leads to fat storage, exhaustion, and frustration. Restricting, binging is one of the worst things we can do for our body. And the answer to fixing that isn't more restriction and more exercise. It's what I'm about to teach you, okay? We can't fight our physiology, nor should we. We need to understand it. We need to respect it. We need to learn how to work with it. Those are the secrets, and no one is teaching you guys that. That's what I do. That's what I'm here to do, okay? So I want you guys to pause. I want you guys to take a big breath. No one's teaching you this stuff about your body. Your body is complex, it's amazing, and it's smart. Life after 40 with all these changing hormones does not have to suck. Yes, there is a lot going on, but if you think it is going to suck, if you stay stuck in the feeling of hopelessness, and if you blame your hormone shifts for all the changes you feel in your body, it will suck. In reality, there's so much that you can do with the knowledge you are getting here. Life after 40 does not have to suck. It does not mean you have to slow down, lose energy, gain weight, get sick. When you understand, when you shift your focus, when you adapt your workouts, nutrition, and lifestyle so that you are working with your unique goddess body instead of against her. And I see that. I see women working against their body and angry at their body. It's like, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to win. And that's never going to work. You have to see your body as your best friend, someone that you have to build a deep, loving relationship with. And that's why I say your unique goddess body. You have to start working with her and not against her. And that's like a mindset shift number 1 for you guys. Well, there's probably been a few in here already, but that's a mindset shift. I'm not working against. I can't be angry at her. This is radical self-awareness as well, without judgment, because you didn't know. But like, I've been working against her. I'm not listening to her. I'm not respecting her. And now it's time for me to start. Okay. So topic 2 is that we need to shift your focus from weight loss, and probably for many of you, just running more miles, to getting fitter, leaner, and stronger so that you can increase your metabolism. That's the key to getting fitter, leaner, stronger, not focusing on restricting calories and weight loss, but on how do I increase my metabolic health? How do I increase my metabolism? So mindset shift. We talked about a lot of this. So it's really just this shift. Because every time you go on another calorie restrictive, no carb diet where you lose a little weight, but fall off plan and gain it all back and then some, you further downgrade your metabolism. You lose muscle every time you do that. Muscle is the number one thing you need to keep your metabolism and your body's natural fat burning furnace roaring. You want to be training and eating to build lean muscle. You will not get bulky. I've been strength training for years. Maybe you think I'm bulky, but I feel incredible. I don't think I'm bulky. Some people might think so, but I don't care. I'm strong. I feel great. Restriction also leads to increased inflammation and stress on the body. Restriction leads to binge eating in the afternoon, evening, or weekend without an off switch. Sometimes you can restrict for a couple weeks. Inevitably, random restriction will lead to binging and falling off track. Energy crashes, low energy, crashes your hormones, weight gain, especially in the midsection, and an unhealthy relationship with food. All of this diet culture stuff focused on weight loss makes you guys fearful of food. It puts food as the enemy. They don't teach this to men. Men are not scared to eat. Women are scared to eat. And that's never going to work. We have to build a healthy relationship with food, okay? So here's the difference between losing weight versus focusing on getting fit, lean, and strong. I love this graphic. It's one of my favorite graphics I created. But losing weight means simply a lower number on the scale. Doesn't mean healthier, doesn't mean fitter, doesn't mean stronger, doesn't mean anything except a lower number on the scale. It focuses on cutting, restricting, and dieting. It's a goal that causes a great deal of negative emotion and body shame. It's obsessing over excessive cardio, tends to go with it. It leads to muscle loss, which downgrades metabolism. It leaves you exhausted, at risk of injury, hangry, and unhappy. It gets you short-term results at best. It's unsustainable and it's disempowering. The energetic vibration of weight loss programs is so low, especially when you compare it to getting fit, lean, and strong. Women on a weight loss journey, it's a low energy vibration. It's like a desperate negative vibe. But when you focus on getting fit, lean, and strong, you can already feel the energy go up, right? It means improving your body composition and your metabolic health, which means your blood pressure and your heart rate, the efficiency of your heart, the efficiency of your heart and your lungs. It's improving your health. It focuses on nourishing and fueling your body. It builds a healthy relationship with food. It's a goal that leads to increased energy, body confidence, and empowerment. It utilizes strength training and the right amounts of cardio in the right amounts for the right reasons. It focuses on building lean muscle, which increases metabolism. It sets your body up to effectively burn fat all over and feel amazing. It gets you a fit, strong, and healthy body that you can maintain and feel incredible in for life. And again, when you train to be strong on the outside, you get so strong on the inside. It's very powerful how this approach to getting fit, lean, and strong, changing your body composition, improving your metabolism, overflows into strength in all the other areas of your life, okay? My most successful clients get results when they deeply understand this stuff and they stop chasing weight loss through restriction, more exercise, and beating themselves up. They get results when they instead focus on working with their body to increase their metabolism. We don't weigh ourselves in the program, okay? They get results when they focus on getting fitter, leaner, stronger, and healthier for long-term health. We're not thinking 4 weeks. We're not thinking 6 weeks. We're thinking I'm setting up my habits and strategies for long-term results and long-term health. That matters to my clients over 40. They see people around them struggling with health. They see their parents struggling with health and strength and basic function. We want long-term health. My best clients get results when they focus on what they can control, not the hormonal shifts they can't control. They get results when they liberate themselves from diet culture BS. They get results when they start taking care of their now body, the one that's here and in front of them today, okay? Your body is not as simple as a bank account, calories in, calories out. It's a complex chemistry lab as a woman. It's not about eating less and moving more to lose weight. It's about understanding your hormone shifts and adapting your workouts, nutrition, and mindset to increase your metabolism and get fitter, leaner, and stronger. So how do you do that? I have to give you the background. I have to teach you guys the hormone shifts. I have to start to shift your perspective and your beliefs, because diet culture is so deep in here. Run more, eat less, cut carbs, train fasted. Those aren't the solution. Those are the problem. That's why most women are stuck, and they're deep beliefs because we've been told them for so long. I have to go through that with you before I can just tell you what to do, because I've done that before. I just tell women what to do, but they never do it. They always go back to the old strategies that don't work. So you've learned a ton already, but it's more belief shifting. It's just learning some basic stuff. So now let's get into what do you have to do, okay? These are the 3 pillars of increasing your metabolism and getting fitter, leaner, and stronger over 40, okay? So get your notebook ready, take some notes, okay? The 3 pillars. You have to adapt the basics. You can't keep doing random workouts and just running, okay? We got to adapt based on those hormones. So what I teach is a hybrid progressive metabolic strength and conditioning program, because the goal is fitter, leaner, and stronger. I don't teach bodybuilding, which says bodybuilders don't run. Why do bodybuilders not run? Bodybuilders don't run because it burns through muscle, right? And like, I don't like any extremes. I teach a very balanced approach. So we have strength, but we combine it. So yeah, we got this, the strength, the bodybuilders who don't run because it burns through their muscle. Then we've got the runners who don't strength train because mostly they don't like it. But they also don't see the importance of it. And what I teach is hybrid progressive metabolic strength and conditioning to get fitter, leaner, and stronger. Okay, that's the key. And that's, yeah, we have to adapt that, because again, remember, we're losing the muscle unless we're training to build it. And it's those type 2 muscle fibers. You don't need to slow down as you get older. You don't need to lose strength as you get older. Your metabolism does not have to slow down as you get older, but we need to be building that muscle. But we still want to run, and we still want to, we want to be fit, lean, and strong. So we want all of it, okay? And so that's why I teach strategic and intentional hybrid progressive metabolic strength and conditioning. We need to take on a macro balanced approach. I'm going to teach you guys more about these too. But if you look at this, those are only 2 pieces of what it takes. What I know is that I'm going to teach you these 2 pieces right away. But what I know about women and people and humans in general is that staying on track is the really hard part for so many reasons. Emotions, right? I heard this great quote the other day that said, when negative emotion is high, intelligence is low. So we're always falling off track when life gets crazy and our emotions go crazy. And 50% of our emotions are going to be negative. That's just the reality of life. I've done a lot of life coaching courses as well. And that's one of the facts of life. 50% of life is negative. And if we don't know how to cope in a positive way that supports our body and our goals when emotions are negative, then 50% of the time we're probably binge eating and skipping workouts and off track, or working out too much, doing the things we said we weren't going to do. So we got to learn how to master our emotions and do other things. So we have to adapt the basics. So get our workouts and our nutrition on track in ways that work with our body, not against it. But then we also need to develop a fitter, leaner, stronger mindset. So that's the mindset piece. We got to shift, which we've already talked about that, right? Weight loss versus, so you've done that work, weight loss to getting fit, lean, and strong, developing a fitter, leaner, stronger mindset. One thing I've learned with working with thousands of women and watching them struggle and being like, why are they struggling? And I'm not struggling. Why are they finding this so hard? And I don't find this hard. It's because of our brains and how they're wired. If you grew up in diet culture, if you've been dieting your whole life, if you have been you know, if you've struggled with your body and with fitness and with food your whole life, that's going to make it hard for you to stay on track, to believe that these are the systems that work. And that's what I've learned is that what in my program, we learn about diet culture and we study it in Fitter, Leaner, Stronger Over 40. And what most women have is what I've heard out there called diet brain. Your brain has been wired, your beliefs, your thoughts are in alignment with dieting. And that keeps you stuck, and it's subconscious. 98 or 95% of your day, you run subconscious automatic programs where you're not even thinking. And so that's when you like grab the chip bag. Yesterday you said, I'm not eating chips. Now you're looking at the empty bag, you ate the whole thing. That's subconscious programming. Your brain is doing its own thing. And what happens is that 95% of the day you're running these subconscious programs, and consciously, these are your goals. I want to be fit, lean, and strong. I know I got my strength training program. I know I've got to macro balance my meals, 3 meals a day. But then you just go into autopilot and you go back to all these old habits. And what I want to do, I want you to understand is that you need more than just the what to do, the workouts and the nutrition, because of your subconscious programs, because of your diet brain, or however your bad habits that keep throwing you off track. If we don't work on rewiring your brain, you can know exactly what to do, but you won't do it because subconsciously, that's not how your brain is wired. You literally have to rewire your brain to get fitter, leaner, and stronger. That's such a big piece of my program. And we do that through learning different things, through coaching calls, through workshops like this, because this turns on your frontal cortex and gets you using the part of your brain that thinks, makes decisions, analyzes in real conscious thought time versus autopilot, right? Not using it at all. We just completely spend 95% of our day on autopilot, just bypass conscious thought, which is why we keep, like, I'll teach you what to do right away with workouts and nutrition, but it's going to be hard to do it because you have to rewire your brain. And that's the hard part. And more accountability and more challenges don't help because we're not rewiring the brain. We're trying to fight against our own physiology. But this is where we get into brain physiology, which is nothing to do with female physiology. It's neuropsychology, which was like my favorite course in university. It's fascinating. But these are the things that you need to do. So you need to adapt the basics. You need to tame your inflammation through lifestyle, circadian rhythm optimization, nervous system regulation. You need to learn how to handle the stress in life so that, because again, remember, stress and inflammation is like unmanaged in life. We need to learn how to bring it down, tame it. And then we need to rewire your brain and become insanely consistent. You need to learn how to focus like a boss. You need to build your fitter, leaner, stronger brain. You need to master your emotions so nothing throws you off track. You need to end your own self-sabotage, right? Your own bad habits, thoughts, behaviors, beliefs that keep you stuck. We need body image rehab. We need next level mindfulness. We need to learn how to be self-disciplined. These are all things to study. These are all skills to be learned so that you can do the things you know you need to do. So these are the 3 pillars of getting fitter, leaner, and stronger. And what I've learned is that, like, you can't skip any of this. And I wish that I could take what I know and I could infuse it into you, but I can't do that. And the best way that I can help you is to take you through each of these learning modules. And by going through each of these learning modules and listening with your conscious brain, you will rewire your brain and find yourself making choices in alignment with what your goals are, with what you need to do on autopilot. I am the weirdest coach out there. I know that, but this is the stuff that's not being taught by anybody. Okay. So these are the 3 pillars of how to build a fitter, leaner, stronger brain. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to give you a high level workshop today, right? In the Fitter, Leaner, Stronger Over 40 program, you get modules, deep training modules on all of these that are life-changing to help you do what you need to do, okay? But let's talk about adapting the basics. I want you guys to know how to adapt your workouts and nutrition so that you can get fitter, leaner, and stronger, okay? So this is the what to do. The how to do it is kind of everything else. This is all the subconscious. You got to tame the inflammation, and then it's the subconscious rewiring, okay? But we're going to talk about the first 2. So Hybrid progressive metabolic strength and conditioning. This is strategic and intentional training because we're losing muscle in midlife. Random workouts don't work. More workouts, more cardio just for the sake of more doesn't work. We need strategy and intention to build lean muscle to boost that metabolism. And in my hybrid training approach that I talked about, we use strength training. It's the only way to truly build that lean muscle and power up metabolism, okay? And we follow a very strategic and intentional program. And then we follow the training principle of progressive overload, which means pushing harder, lifting heavier, pushing harder, lifting heavier, week over week over week. Yeah, that's the only way to build that muscle. And again, that works the type 2 muscle fibers. Running and cardio, anything that's sort of steady, you can go and go and go. That's cardio. That works your type 1 muscle fibers. It's very important, and we do it in my programs, but it's done strategically alongside strength training, heavy lifting to build muscle following progressive overload. Okay, key. We do cardio to improve cardiovascular fitness. And for those of us who love running, we want to make sure that we're always running because we love it. And then we also incorporate bursts, metabolic hit finishers, and mobility. So bursts are incredible for power training. So type 2 muscle fibers are important for muscle mass to increase metabolism. They're also responsible for power, keeping up your speed. I don't care about how fast I run. That's not the issue. The issue for me is that I don't want to slow down because I'm losing my ability to generate power. I'm a physical therapist in my soul, and so I find that fascinating. If I keep burst training, running hills, running sprints, I don't get slower. I get faster as I'm getting older because I'm training strategically and intentionally to do that. I want to be able to chase my grandkids. I want to be running with my kids when they get older. I have a lot of life left to live. I am not going to do it. I am not going to take aging lying down. I'm not trying to defy aging, but like I said, when you know better, you can do better. And so these are the pieces of my hybrid progressive metabolic strength and conditioning programs. We also need to do mobility work. I love strength training because it actually is mobility work. When you're going up, you're going down, you're squatting deep, you're lifting overhead, you're putting all of your joints through their full ranges of motion. So I also like to be effective in my workouts. So that works as mobility. Some people love yoga, quick yoga flows, stuff like that. Metabolic hit finishers are just quick little cardio finishers at the end, but they're kind of hit as well. I like to throw those all in there and get a really holistic program. Again, it's hybrid. Hybrid means a mix because we want to be fit, lean, and strong. We don't just want to be marathon runners because we don't want to lose all our muscle and metabolism, but we don't want to be just bodybuilders who don't have any cardiovascular fitness or ability to run. We want to be in the middle. Okay, we want to be able to do it all. Kind of like CrossFitters, but like not as intense as CrossFitters. And I don't have to go to like a CrossFit gym. This is like at-home stuff, functional stuff, and stuff you can do at a simple gym on your own, which is important to me. NEAT matters. So this is one of the goals in the program. One of the habits, the daily habits, is 10,000 steps a day. That helps just keep you moving through the day. It's very important, especially when you have sedentary jobs, to try and monitor those steps and stay active during the day. I train all of my clients in 5-week training blocks, which means 4 weeks, we follow the same program. So you get like a 7-day program. There's a rest day in there. The goal is 3 to 5 workouts a week. You do not have to get all the workouts in. I do say that you have to get 2 to 3 workouts in a week if you want results. You can't skip weeks at a time. You got to commit to 2 to 5 workouts a week. I say 3 to 5, 3 to 6. But we go for 5 weeks. We go for 4 weeks, and it's the same program week over week over week because we want to practice progressive overload. We want to practice going harder, lifting heavier, running those sprint intervals faster. And if you do the same program week over week, we keep it simple that way, which I love. And it allows for that progressive overload. If you're always doing different workouts and different things, you don't get to really practice that progressive overload. So you don't get that benefit of true muscle building, true metabolic rehab. And so that's how we train. The other reason I train in 5-week blocks is that no one can stay on track forever. And remember, in midlife, we are more sensitive to stress and inflammation. We need rest and recovery. We need to strategically learn to insert that so that we don't just go until we burn out. And that's what usually happens to people. They start exercising, so they just go and they go and they go and they go until they burn out, lose motivation, or get injured. A lot of times people will do that and then they just spiral downward, right? Nutrition spirals and thoughts spiral, and they don't get up forever. And they've spent weeks or months binge eating and beating themselves up. And so by doing these 5-week training blocks, we're focused, we're strategic for 4 weeks. When I used to do 4-week programs, people would always fall off at week 3 and week 4 and then feel like failures, and I never hear from them again. So now I focus, I just push till the end, even if you can get 3 workouts in, and then take a break. So we practice breaking, and then we practice getting back up again. And it's a structured part of the program. It's in a fabulous way. Gives your body a physical break and a mental break. I love my rest weeks. It also teaches you how to appreciate rest, how to take luxurious rest. We cannot tolerate aggressive pushing our bodies into the ground forever. We need rest and recovery. We need to learn, most of us need to learn how to rest and recover, and then learn how to get back up. Learn how to keep our nutrition on track when we're not aggressively training. Right? So there's a lot of lessons and skills to be learned by taking these, we call them deload weeks. Okay. And the programs in the Fitter, Leaner, Stronger program do this. They're all 4-week training programs. And I've got loads of programs. Remember, I'm a physical therapist. There's not one size fits all program for everybody. We have to meet your body where it's at right now. Again, ideally, you're lifting heavy based on the science, right? But if you've never lifted before, you can't just go straight to lifting as heavy as possible, because you're gonna bust something. So we've got to meet your body where it's at and progressively overload slowly from there. So I have loads of programs inside Fitter, Leaner, Stronger over 40, and we help you choose the one that's for you. You focus for that 5-week training block. In deload week, we rest and recover, and we also reevaluate. Like we look back, how did that program go? Did I progress? Did I get most of the workouts in? Do I want to move on to a different program, or do I want to do that program again and push it harder? Be more consistent this time, right? And so you just have lots of options. You will never need to get exercise programs again. My programs are simple. I love simple training because simple training works. Like I said, simple works. The foundations work. They work better than anything. And in here, I've got all the programs you'll ever need. I never get bored of my workouts. I do the same workouts week over week over week. I just push them harder. I lift heavier. I run faster. I push up those hills hard as I can. And I keep it simple. I always say the rest of my life is very complicated. My workouts and my nutrition, I like to keep them simple. I get them done and I get out. And that's what I got for you guys here. So these are my body weight programs. I love body weight too, because they're good to have when you're going to go traveling or something. You don't have access to a gym. You can still stay on track because you got body weight programs. No problem. I'm going away for a month right away, and I'm just going back to body weight. I know what to do and I will get it done. I've got glute reboot programs, glute band programs. This glute band makes the workouts harder if you're just on body weight. I did these for years after babies, got super fit, really got those glutes fired up, but also just it makes everything harder. There's ways to like engage your core more and your arms more and just everything more, your legs more. So it was a good progressive overload from just body weight without committing to going to the gym, because I didn't have access to a gym back then. So I created those. Then we got beginner strength foundations workouts for those of you who are new to strength training. Okay, strength foundations. And then I've got full body burn, which is like a next level program, or for somebody who isn't running and doesn't want to run. So you got full body burn. All of these can be done for both. But and then we've got these say 6 weeks, but they're not 6 weeks, they're 4 weeks. Then we've got Fitter, Leaner, Stronger, Strong and Sculpted, Fit and Fierce, just more heavier lifting programs for more advanced. But again, even advanced doesn't matter, because the way to push those workouts is to lift heavier and run stronger. But there's just different options and just different splits. I think some of these, I think Fitter, Leaner, Stronger is 3 days a week. I think that's the difference between these. Yeah, Fitter, Leaner, Stronger is like a lower body, an upper body, a full body. I think Strong and Sculpted is lower body, burst and upper, low intensity, steady state, upper and bursts, and then lower body, and then rest day, and then long run day. And fit and fierce is something similar to that, might be 3 days anyways, they're in there. And when you, in prep week of the program, you decide on a program, there's lots for everybody, okay? So that's how we adapt those workouts, right? We can run, but like I said, running isn't the main dish. So during the week, it's strength training, burst training, core training. There could be some easy runs in there depending on what program and what your unique goals are. So you need to kind of customize that a bit. But the long run is on the weekend. You can go as long as you want, as slow as you want, as steady as you want. It's up to you. What I tend to do is I work in 5-week training blocks, and I go 10K, 12K, 14K, 15 or 16K. And then I go take a deload week where I go back to 10, because I like to keep my endurance in there. I always maintain that solid 10 to 12K base. I could ramp it up anytime I want. I just don't want to right now. If you were ramping it up, for someone who said, if I'm training, I have programs for training distances as well. So if someone is like running a half or something, I have programs that have strength training and burst training days within them, but essentially it's the same thing. That's what I was, when you get really fit and strong, you have a very solid base. This is all you need to do. I just follow these programs and I just ramp it up on the weekend. Yeah, that's stuff I would work with you guys on if you join Fitter, Leaner, Stronger, because there's coaching in there, so I can help you and I can customize and I create new programs as people need them, okay? So that's how to adapt those workouts. It's not just random running. We've got to be more strategic. We got to be thinking hybrid training with strength training, with burst training, with mobility training, with steps, and then with some cardio, okay? Strategic cardio, not all cardio. I had a client last time too who said she does strength training, and I asked like what her strength training class was, and it was low weight, high rep. I said, that's not really strength training, that's endurance. Strength training, I teach you more about this in the program, but strength training is, you're sort of in that 6 to 12 to 15 rep range, and you are tired at the end, okay? If we're just going up to 30, that's endurance. You're using those type 1 muscle fibers. Okay, so let's go to nutrition, how to adapt your nutrition for midlife. I teach the macro balanced method, okay? Under fueling and restricting, when it comes to fueling, to nourishing eating leads to cravings, intense hunger, and binge eating. There's nothing worse for our body than restricting and then binge eating or under eating. A lot of people think of food as it relates to weight. Food is actually how you fuel every cell in your body. And so this is a thought shift exercise for you, right? Like, what is food? When most people think of food, they think restriction and carbs are bad and it's hard and I have no control. When I think of food and they think of, oh, I get out of control and I gain weight, it's so complicated. When I think of food, I think it's simple, it's delicious. I love eating. It fuels my body. I eat a lot of food. And so we need to shift that, right? Focus on nourishing and fueling your body, not dieting and restricting. Your body needs good food and enough of it in the right balance at the right times to function well. You've got to eat enough food in the right balance at the right times for the right reasons. Like, it's not about restriction. Restriction, it always drives me crazy because people are like, just fast. I'm like, that doesn't teach you anything about food. It just tells you not to eat. There's no learning. There's no understanding. Food, it's like food is bad. It's like, no, food is not bad. Food is delicious and necessary for all functioning of your body, right? It's not just about weight, okay? So this is the macro balancing method. This is how I teach women to eat. It is back to the fundamentals. 3, because the fundamentals work, okay? 3 balanced meals per day. Balance snacks in between those meals if you're hungry. And if you're not hungry, then don't eat. That's a skill to practice. Am I hungry? Not really. It's autopilot stuffing my face. Okay, pause. I'm not hungry. No, thank you. Right? In the middle of that. So what happens when you learn how to eat 3 balanced meals per day, starting with breakfast? You learn how to tune into your hunger in between meals. And if you're hungry, have a balanced snack. And then don't eat if you aren't hungry. You balance your blood sugars, which keeps you full longer, nourishes and fuels your body better. It eliminates cravings. Practicing these skills helps you tune into your body, start to work with your body, starts to get your hormones back in balance and listening to the whispers from your body, okay? It gives you back control. I see so many women struggling, counting, tracking, obsessing, having anxiety over counting with their fitness tracking apps. And I'm like, you don't need any of that. I don't use any of that. Why do you need that? And it's because everyone's taught you to restrict and count every bite, but no one's taught you how to tune in. Am I hungry? Is my plate balanced? Right? No one's taught you how to eat. We've lost modern life apps, trackers, all these macro coaches. We are more unhealthy now than we've ever been. If you are counting and tracking and obsessing and still, I work with so many women who've been tracking for years, they still struggle with food. They still struggle with weight. They still struggle with health. And I'm like, we need to pull you back from that. Okay. And this is how we do it. You don't need to count and track everything. Okay. The focus is on nourishing your body. To be perfect, you are human. You get to eat treats. Okay. Oh, is my power dying? Oh no, I should be good. Okay. What's going on here? So 3 balanced meals, which means every time you eat, you're balancing your carbs with fats and proteins. Your body needs all 3 macros. Protein helps build calorie burning muscle. Remember, in midlife, we are losing muscle unless we're training, which I just taught you, and eating to build it. We need protein. We need regular protein doses throughout the day. That's how our muscle's going to take and invest. Macro counting often says it doesn't matter what you eat and what balance you eat it, and you just got to hit your macros. It doesn't work for us in midlife. We need balanced meals. We need balanced protein, balanced good doses of protein throughout the day to balance those blood sugars and give our muscles what they need so that we're not losing muscle through the day. Okay. Fats are important. Carbs are important. Carbs are our body's primary source of energy. Carbs are not the devil. Everyone tells women in midlife that they can't eat carbs. It's not the problem. The problem is we're losing muscle and we've been restricting, so we've tanked our metabolism. And that we think all carbs are created the same. They're not. When we're training to building muscle, we need carbs. We always need carbs. But if we're training to building muscle and restore that metabolism, we need to be training strong and we need carbs. Because, you know, carbs are not all the same. Definitely, we need to tighten up in midlife for sure. Because our body's doesn't handle things the way it used to. You can't just eat cookies for dinner and chips and wine at night. You have to be tighter. I talk about this a lot with my nutrition, with my clients in Fitter, Leaner, Stronger. It's not that you can't have this stuff, but we got to use some mindfulness. We got to use some conscious thought creation. Right. My body doesn't process carbs as well in this phase of life, but I still need carbs. I can have a little carbs. I'm not going to go crazy about like freaking out about carbs, but I do have to be smarter. Not all carbs are equal, right? These are great carbs, fruits, vegetables. Carbs are not the devil. Over 40, we are less tolerant to carbs. That is a fact, but don't eliminate them. Be carb smart. Your body still needs carbs. It's designed to eat carbs. It's where we get our energy from. It's how we build muscle. You need carbs to build muscle. It's what fuel. When I get women eating carbs again at breakfast, anxiety goes down, energy goes up, brain fog goes away. Thyroid function improves. If we're not eating those carbs, our body starts to shut down in all kinds of crazy ways. And again, it might have worked for you at one point in life, but it could be what's causing the damage now. And it shouldn't have. Of course, it's going to work when you first cut carbs because you're going to drop all the water weight. That's not what we want. Like that's like fake results. It's like, I just weigh less on the scale, so I'm happy, but you're not any fitter, leaner, stronger, or healthier. I want to help you guys get fitter, leaner, stronger, and healthier. So I teach my clients to balance their carbs with the focus on high quality, complex carbs, veggies, and fruits, and be carb smart, right? Look at what the quality of the carbohydrate is. And when you eat in balance. When you eat those carbs, eat them with fats and proteins. That helps balance blood sugars. Naked carbs, which are carbs on their own, spike blood sugar, and then blood sugar crashes, which leads to blood sugar dysregulation, energy crashes, unnecessary hunger, and cravings. Also leads to anxiety, binge eating, and just all kinds of emotional drama. My clients was like, I can't believe how eating in macrobalanced has like got rid of my anxiety, sleeping better. I'm able to push my workouts harder. I have more energy. I'm more stable. I'm more mentally clear. Okay. So a macro-balanced meal simply means eating, every time you eat carbs, pair it with protein, healthy fat, and veggies. Color veggies and fruits. It's a great time. Fruits and veggies are not bad. Pair them up with protein and fat. Perfect way to eat, okay? Macro-balanced snack, right? So I teach you to eat 3 meals a day, right? Our body needs to be fueled. Remember what food is. It fuels every cell in your body. I know that when women are fasting, they're binging at night. That's also going against your body's natural circadian rhythm, which messes up your hormone cycles and your body's ability. It's stressful on the body, restricting and then binging in that way. And it's working against your natural circadian rhythm, which makes it just hard for your body to drop weight and function and feel best. I don't understand it. I'm like, just eat breakfast. You're getting up with the sun. Your body needs energy. Your body's going to, a woman's body will process carbs better early in the morning than late at night when you're going to sleep and you're binge eating. Just eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Balance, get the food you need. Most people don't even get hungry at night at that point. There's no more emotional eating at night because they're doing this, okay? And I've been in the industry long enough that I've seen some high profile influencers who used to push the fasting. Now I'm like, oh, well, I actually think breakfast is better. And I'm like, oh God, you've told how many hundreds of thousands of people to fast and created so much anxiety and blood sugar dysregulation and toxic relationship between women and food. And now you're just going to start eating breakfast again. It's infuriating. And again, I've just been doing this so long and I see it all. And again, I've worked with thousands of women. Food is not the enemy. Breakfast is not the enemy. An unbalanced breakfast focused on refined carbohydrates that are high in sugar is absolutely a problem. But not when you have a real food, nutrient dense, focused, balanced breakfast. It will change your life. It changed my life back in the day. And then same thing for snacks. In between those meals, are you hungry? If you're not hungry, then don't eat. Right? If you are hungry, have a macro balanced snack, right? Apples and nut butter, berries and yogurt, veggies and hummus, crackers and cheese, okay? Nourish your body. I used to restrict, drink coffee, and then raid the cookie country. Eat like 20 cookies and chips. And it's like, why didn't I just, when I started just eating balanced meals and then having a balanced snack in the afternoon, my life changed, my energy changed, my ability to push my workouts changed, and then my body changed, okay? A word on protein for women over 35, it's essential women focus on their protein intake. During perimenopause and menopause, sex hormones decrease, insulin resistance increases, and protein signaling decreases. That with those changes in the hormones that we talked about, your body is not, it's set up to lose muscle and just not use the protein the way it was. It needs bigger boluses of protein at regular intervals throughout the day, so you're not losing muscle, right? We lose the muscle making stimulus that estrogen helped provide, so we need more protein at regular doses to pick up the slack from where hormones left off. Again, we could get away with not eating the protein in regular doses in our younger years. We can't now. We need to. If you haven't ever paid attention to your protein intake before, a good place to start is aiming for at least 100 grams of protein per day, ideally broken down into 30 to 40 grams of protein with each meal, and then having 10 to 15 grams at a snack. I don't count. I just look at my plate. Is there protein on my plate? Does this snack have some protein in it? That's good enough for me. Your body doesn't need you to get it perfect, but you do have to look at it and think about it and make sure you've got some kind of protein. Okay, in Fitter Leaner Stronger Over 40, you get protein recipes and snack guides and protein powered guides, and I break it all down for you so you can study it a bit if you need to more. I just intuitive that way, and I just don't count. I can't stand numbers. I can't stand tracking. It creates too much drama. I also go, your body's smart. You don't have to get it perfect, but you do have to learn a little bit, okay? And so I've got that all for you. And you do need to have protein. It's essential, okay? And then we talk about not eating if you aren't hungry. This is a skill to practice. And again, remember autopilot we talked about? 95% of the time we're on autopilot, and most of us are just stuffing food in without thinking. We're eating our meal until it's gone. We're inhaling it, not even paying attention, right? And we need to start paying attention. Am I hungry, right? And then we're skipping snacks or eating snacks when we're not hungry. We're grabbing donuts from the staff office. And like, am I hungry? Do I want this? Right? Slow down, pause, bring awareness into your body, tune into your body's hunger signals, make a conscious decision to eat or not eat, get out of autopilot. This is a big thing. Nutrition is not that hard. It's really not that hard. Apps and trackers make it feel super hard and super complicated. It's not. And most people just know the basics of the macro balancing method, and they bring some mindfulness in it and start to tune into their body. Am I hungry? Do I want this? They make better choices, much better choices. Anxiety, stress, and overwhelm go way down. Keep it simple. Nutrition is simple. That's how I keep it. That works great. So these are skills, like, there's skills to practice and master when it comes to nutrition. And tracking it in the tracker and obsessing about macro numbers and restricting and fasting, those are like actually all really simple things to do. These are actually harder skills to learn, right? Balancing your plate with protein focus, right? You have to focus and think about it. Tuning into your hunger, eating to fullness, right? Saying yes to treats, say no to treats, planning ahead and stocking your kitchen. It's a high level skill. These are high level skills. I don't teach BS strategies. I don't teach quick fixes. They don't work. Teach you guys how to do this stuff. But once you learn these skills, it becomes second nature. This becomes the autopilot. I don't think about food. I don't think about planning and prepping. I don't think about any of this. I just do it on autopilot with ease, with no overwhelm. I can have a margarita and pizza and have no problem with it because it's conscious. Like I know that it's okay to have treats. I don't have to get it perfect. And I know how to start again the next day without spiraling downhill. I also know how to have one margarita and 2 pieces of pizza instead of 3 margaritas and a whole pizza. So like, these are skills to practice. They can become autopilot for you guys, but simply focusing on restriction and not eating carbs is not going to solve any of the problems. These are the skills that need to be practiced. Getting back up after you had a binge, right? After you fell off track. Reviewing when you fall off track, studying yourself with radical self-reflection. Why did you do that? What was the trigger? What happened? What can you learn? How can you improve for next time? Right? Learning to be consistent, which is every other module in my programs, how to be consistent, right? And then you have to learn how to fuel your workouts pre and post, work harder and recover stronger. I teach that in the program. It's too much for this. So why does the macro balancing method work? It's simple. You eat to nourish your body. You start tuning into your body, listening and working with your body via your hunger cues so that you eat the amount your body needs and you build that trust and connection with your body. My goal is to get women off of trackers and apps. I just don't think they're necessary. I think they're overcomplicating and making you guys feel like you are out of control of your own body. And I believe that you all have the capacity to tune into your body and just nourish yourself. It's very simple. What I found too is that our brains are addicted to the chaos of tracking and nutrition chaos. And when I simplify it, people are like, this is too easy. It's super logical and easy. I'm like, I know. And it works. It's all you need to do. But our brain is actually addicted to like the chaos. And that's part of the problem is we're addicted to the chaos. And we have to learn how, because our modern brains are just addicted to chaos. Trying to slow and ease and simplicity, hard for our brain. But that's why you have the other modules to learn about other things in your time and not just obsessing over food and tracking and counting and restricting and following stupid meal plans that no one ever follows, you know? This also works because it naturally tames inflammation. Inflammation is a core pillar of the program, but when you work through and you start training following my hybrid training method, and when you start incorporating the macro balance method with the training and fueling your workouts properly and eating right during the day, focusing on real food nutrition, a regular interval meal schedule, you naturally begin to tame part of your inflammation because you're eating at regular intervals. You're eating more real food. You're not binge eating. You're cutting up sugar naturally. You're choosing things that you want to have and not overeating them. And the stress of everything has come down. So you're already so far ahead in taming your inflammation. People feel so much better after just a couple of weeks of this, okay? It works because you're working with your body's natural circadian rhythm cycle. Again, there's a whole module on that in the program. And it works to regulate your blood sugars, which is key. This is why this works, blood sugar regulation. And all the other reasons. Key. Blood sugar regulation. Too much for today. So let's review the 3 pillars of getting fitter, leaner, stronger over 40, right? You've got to adapt the basics, right? So we learned about our hormones and how they're changing, right? Then we learned about shifting our mindset from weight loss and just running more to restoring our metabolism so we get fitter, leaner, and stronger. And now we have to adapt the basics, right? We've got to adapt our workouts and nutrition to work with our midlife hormone shifts. And then we have to tame our inflammation and rewire our brain and become insanely consistent. Okay, so I just taught you how to train and eat in ways that will work with your changing physiology. Again, that's the what to do, but it's like, how do I do that? Right? And that's what the rest of the program is going to help you do in different ways, okay? Because there's more to it. And then our bonus strategy is that most people need support, community guidance, and mentorship. We can take in all the information, but how do we do it? And what I found with women is that we need to talk about it. We need to learn, we need to take it in, and then we need to practice it, and we need to talk about it. We need to get out of our heads so that we can simplify it and do it and embody it, okay? It's hard to pull all the pieces together. What workouts do I do? What kind of recipes do you have? Like, I'm confused, right? And through coaching calls and being around other people doing the same thing, we can simplify it for you. We can build the confidence, help you practice the skills. And also through the learning of all the modules, that's how you're going to reprogram your subconscious brain, because these strategies are simple. I have these workout programs. You just have to follow them. And then I teach you 3 balanced meals a day with snacks in between if you're hungry. Don't eat if you're not hungry. Simple. But how do we do it? That's the rest of it. That's where we need help. That's where we need community. That's where we need to talk about it, okay? So what we covered today, we talked about what the heck is going on with your midlife hormones over 40. We talked about why focusing on increasing your metabolism is the most effective way to build a fitter, leaner, stronger, healthier body that is burning fat and feeling incredible. And then we talked about the 3 pillars of increasing your metabolism and getting fitter, leaner, stronger over 40 plus that bonus strategy. And remember, the 3 pillars are about food and workouts, but then they're about taming inflammation and rewiring your brain so that you can stay on track and become insanely consistent. Building a fitter, leaner, stronger body over 40 is truly like 20% about food and workouts and 80% everything else. 80%, how do I stay on track? How do I master my emotions? How do I tame my inflammation? How do I shift my thoughts so that I'm consciously, how do I be more mindful? Shift my thoughts, change my thoughts so that they're supporting me instead of hindering me. And those are all the soft skills that no one's really teaching, which is why so many are struggling, okay? So let's turn to you guys. Who's still there? Do you have questions? Do you have plans for vegans? It's the same principles for you if you're a vegan. You need protein. And if you're a vegan, you've got to really figure out what those proteins are. You still need 3 balanced meals a day, snacks in between if you're hungry, Jen. Same thing. Really extra important for vegans to be getting that protein in. Definitely. I don't give meal plans. I teach you the basics when I give you meals, and I teach you how to critically use your brain to figure out what you need and what's going to work for you. Meal plans don't work, you guys. Everyone's different. Everyone's unique. Everyone has different likes. It's like the old saying, right? Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him forever. I'm teaching you guys how to eat and nourish your body. And there's going to be differences, but you guys are smart women. I'm going to teach you how to find those answers out without just going to restriction, right? So I don't have meal plans, but the principles are still for you, okay? If you're not hungry, can you skip a meal like lunch? So you should be eating every 4 to 5 hours, especially if you're working out regularly. What happens to women, if they've been under eating for a long time, fasting for a long time, and then binge eating later, like you could have shut your hormones down. So a lot of people that work with me have to reestablish the baseline. You guys got to get up and eat within a couple hours, that balance. And then sort of 4 to 5 hours later, you need to eat. Not being hungry for 8 hours a day, waking up and not being hungry until 12, those are signs that your metabolism is in your boots. When you have active muscle, when you have a body that's metabolically well, it gets hungry. Muscle is metabolically active. It requires a lot of calories to exist. And so you also need to reset your hormones. Your body not being hungry all day long is actually a sign that your metabolism and your hormones are unbalanced, and your body's like shutting down. It's like she's not listening anyways, so we're just going to go into starvation mode. Not really starvation mode, that's like a little excessive of a term. I don't have a better term for it, but your body just goes, we're just not going to send the signs, and we're just going to hold on to everything. To restore your metabolism, you've got to be training strong and eating at regular intervals. That will reboot your hormones, your hunger hormones, your fullness hormones. It'll take you from storing fat to burning fat, from being a fat storer to a fat burner. I help women become fat burners by combining effective strength training with macro balance, mindfulness-based anti-inflammatory nutrition strategy, and then the deeper personal development work to help you guys stay the course, become insanely consistent, become a fitter, leaner, stronger woman, not a dieter. Dieting and eating disorders are actually rampant in the running community, and no one talks about it. I love to talk about it because too many women are struggling and it affects your health, okay? And so you can take this information, you guys, and you can absolutely go and do it. Like you can take what I've taught you about strength training and nutrition, macro balancing, and do it, and you can get great results, okay? But some people want more. Some people want to know, well, what workouts do I do? What should I eat? What's a macro balanced meal? I want to work with you more. I want to learn more of the personal development stuff because I struggle with staying on track, right? So if that's you and you're like, it is time for me to step this up, then I want to invite you guys to work deeper with me in the Fitter, Leaner, Stronger Over 40 program. It is incredible because you're going to get everything that you need. You're going to get weekly coaching calls to talk with me like this if you need it. We're going to work in 5-week training blocks together. I'm going to help. We're going to go through, you're going to get all the modules and the personal development stuff so that you can truly rewire your brain, become insanely consistent, and set yourself up to get fitter, leaner, stronger, and healthier for life from the inside out. I can't stress enough that this is about so much more than just food and workouts. It just is. My food and workouts is simple. The reason I'm so consistent and the reason I and the runners, the women who work with me that get incredible results and get those results is because our brains work different. We can stay on track through all of life's ups and downs. We radically understand ourselves deeply. We reprogram our brains that this is simple and easy and we just do it. And that's where you're going to get results, okay? So this is the only program and mentorship program that exists in the world for women over 40 that focuses on increasing your metabolism to build a fitter, leaner, stronger body. Most programs for women over 40 are focused on weight loss, and it's so disempowering. I'm helping you focus on increasing your metabolism to get fitter, leaner, and stronger for life. I'm a physical therapist. This is my jam, okay? And this body that is not only burning fat, but feeling incredible by combining my unique progressive hybrid metabolic strength and conditioning training system, workout plans, with the macro balance, anti-inflammatory, mindfulness-based emotional mastery approach without dieting, restricting, or tracking a thing. And not only will this program have you feeling incredible and back in control of your body and the way it looks and feels, but permanently changing your bad habits and your relationship with food in your body in the most positive and sustainable way possible. Guiding fitter, leaner, stronger over 40 principles that we always keep in mind in my programs is that you must work with your body, not against it. You must focus on what you can control, not what you can't. You must nourish your body, not restrict it. You must listen to your body, not ignore it. You must respect your body, not hate it. You must think long-term health, not a quick fix. You must commit to being a lifelong learner. Fitter, leaner, stronger over 40 is not for you if you want to stay focused solely on weight loss, the scale, and restrictions. It's not for you if you're looking for a quick fix, a fad diet, a cleanse, or a detox solution. It's not for you if you want to track every bite of food, if you want to weigh, if you want to count. It's not for you if you want to stay obsessed with your app trackers, okay? It's not for you if you don't want to learn anything new and if you don't want to do the deeper inner personal development work. Okay, it's not for you if you want to do it alone. Okay. Fitter, leaner, stronger 40 is absolutely for you if you are struggling with weight loss resistance, especially around your midsection. If you are craving, restricting, binge eating, and left feeling toxic and out of control. If you don't trust yourself around food, if you keep falling off track, it's for you if you're obsessed with tracking and you don't want to track anymore because it's driving you insane. It's for you if you're stressed, overwhelmed, anxious, and or exhausted, thinking about food and hating your body all day long. It's for you if you're excited, wanting to learn more, be supported, do the deeper inner work, end your self-sabotage, study yourself, and get your body and mind on track for life so that you permanently lose weight, lose the weight that's holding you down, restore your metabolism, and build a fit, lean, strong, and healthy body that looks and feels amazing. I want you to close your eyes and just imagine. Imagine a life free from junk food cravings, free from binge eating, where you could eat one cookie with control and not the whole bag. A life free from struggling with nutrition and hating your body. A life where you're confident about what to eat and how much to eat without having to track anything. Life where healthy choices come normal and easy, with Beyonce level energy all day, where you love and respect your body. A life free from tracking, counting, and stressing about food. And close that fit and in a body that feels lean, sexy, and strong again. So someone asked me, what are your thoughts on supplements? I don't recommend supplements. You can leave that up to your functional health doctor who can test you and see what you're deficient in. I really focus on helping you guys nourish your body, eat quality food, eat enough of it in the right balance at the right times. Supplements are one of those things that are just easy to pluck off the top, and who knows? There's so many supplements. How do we even know they work? Focus on the foundations, okay? there's a place for supplements, but you got to work with a proper practitioner to test you. Otherwise, you're just guessing. There's no point. The thing about fitter, leaner, stronger over 40 is that it isn't a challenge. Challenges don't work. How many challenges have you done? They don't work. They set women up with unrealistic expectations that you're going to have this massive transformation in 6 weeks, and they set you up with restrictions and like obsession, and they don't teach you anything. And when you have these expectations that you're going to restrict all these things and you're going to completely lose 30 pounds and transform your body in 6 weeks, and it doesn't happen, you feel like a failure. Real change takes months and months and months and years. And I am not going to sugarcoat that. It takes learning and practicing building skills and staying on track and learning the habits of staying on track. It truly takes years. And when you can commit to that and understand that it's not a challenge, I feel like people get better results when you're in it for the long term. And when you have like appropriate expectations, then you don't have the on track, off track. Your emotions are more stable. You don't end up doing like restricting everything and staying on track and then falling off track and beating yourself up for weeks and months at a time. No, this is the long game. So this program is not a challenge. It's curriculum, so it's learning. It's community of other women like you doing the same things that we're doing in the same way. And it's coaching. It's coming onto calls. It's asking questions. It's overcoming what's hard for you until it becomes easy. It's about developing skills. It's about getting support and learning to be consistent. It's about focus and building confidence over time. Okay. It's a program. You take action as you go too, because we work in 5-week training cycles together. I'll talk about that in a second. But when you join, you get the fitter, leaner, stronger curriculum and the resources. You're going to get all the workouts, all the recipes, and all the curriculum. Remember those 3 pillars with all those topics underneath? You need to listen to all of those so that you truly understand the depths of what it takes to get fit, lean, and strong. You got to do the deep work. A lot of it's just thought work. It's shifting thoughts, it's shifting beliefs, it's shifting self-talk. It's keeping you focused and on track. Okay. The program includes coaching. This is the expert guidance and help you need as you implement along the way, the help you're going to need as you struggle, as you feel frustrated, right? As those thoughts start to deviate and you're falling off track and spiraling, you got coaching, but come back. You're going to learn from other people on coaching calls as well. You're not alone. That's what coaching shows people, that you're not alone struggling. And that's really powerful. And then you have the FLS community. This is the support in our small group to help you stay focused and consistent so that you get results. But there isn't daily accountability because that's external to you. I want to teach you in this program how to motivate yourself and be accountable to yourself and do the things that you need to do for your health because you want to. I want to help you guys build that inner desire and rewire your brain so that staying on track becomes easy. I don't want daily accountability so that you guys need me or that you need this program and this group and this. My goal is to teach you guys to be independent and free. But like I said, I can't infuse everything I know into you. So I've created this program and these modules to help you. I've created and I provide the coaching every week to be there to support you for 12 weeks. You get 12 weeks of coaching. And I want to help you guys become independent and free. Okay. Because I don't think of any of this stuff, I just do it. And I think that's my superpower. Like, this is easy for me. I'm super fit, strong, and healthy. I want that for you. So again, the 3 pillars of what you're going to learn in the curriculum. You got to adapt the basics, you got to tame the inflammation, and you got to rewire your brain so that you can become insanely consistent. And this is the curriculum. These are the modules you're going to get in the program. And I've worked with women for so long. I've created this program based on like what you need to know and then where you get stuck. that I did all the research and found out how to get you unstuck and created the module, got you guys through it, and then found out where you're stuck next, and then helped you get unstuck again. And so this curriculum you won't find anywhere else, because this is the wisdom part. This is the fact that I've been a practitioner working deeply with people, not just studying research studies and books and taking more courses, but working with women, right? You need to undiet your brain. You need to rewire and build a fitter, leaner, stronger brain. You need to learn how to regulate and master your emotions and your self-sabotage, right? There's so much stuff in here that can't be skipped. I always tell people, you have to work through each module. I know you might think you don't have a diet brain, but I think there's something in there for you. And people are always like, oh my God, I listened to the module. I can't believe it made so much sense. Thank you for making me watch it. I'm like, I know you guys. I know you, right? I know where you struggle. If you're still listening, like, I think learning is, everyone says, well, just follow these workouts and this meal plan and just do it and check in every day. And if you don't do that, then you just need more discipline and more down. You need more self-reflection and personal development. Then you will be able to stay on track. Then you can do those kind of challenges because you have a super different approach. So like I said, you get tons of workout programs. You'll never need a workout program again. You don't have to buy one again. You got the body weight workouts. You got the glute and strength training workouts. So there's like so many. Hold it on there. Oh no, I thought I saw this. It didn't save. Oh no, there it is. Our high protein recipe guides with 30 plus grams of protein specifically. There's just loads of more into protein, making sure that you're getting enough in each meal and different ways to increase the protein, different snacks, different strats, something that someone requested, so I put that together. It's really good. Results women get from this program are quite incredible. But again, these aren't 6 working with me, but like learning with me and like embodying what I teach, talk about embodying the situation, and you're no longer binging, right? When you're no longer skipping that strength workout, when you're actually like loving the power of strength. A lot of women go through the modules over and over and over because you just take out more stuff as you go, and you get it forever. People listen to it all the time. You get stuff, you listen to it again. Someone's going through a really hard time, like, great, go listen to that module. Gets you out of that automatic brain, out of work. You sign up. You get access to the program website, you work through the local module, then we begin our first small group 6-week training and coaching cohort. So we work in 5-week training blocks. So the first 6-week training block, we sort of train together, but independent chat, and I guide you, I help you choose your program. I guide you through which module to listen to. I recommend listening to those modules while you decide an hour to listen. I don't want it to be a burden. I want you to enjoy it. I want you to think of this as an experience and a journey, better person from the inside out. And I kind of guide you through that. So we're going to do a 6-week training program. The first week is prep all. You pick your training program, and then we start our 4-week training block. So you're going to be doing your 4 weeks before we're on the weekly coaching calls. And then each week I guide you to listen to a different module. This week I recommend you don't have to come to coaching calls. A lot of people don't come to coaching calls. Some people do come to coaching calls. There's different levels of the information. I was too shy. It was too much for me to go to coaching, but some people want it and love it. So you weren't quite ready for it. And that's okay. You get the replays. They're very powerful to watch. We talked about this. And then you get access to everything forever, but you get 6 weeks of coded program together. When you join in October, you're also going to get the November group. You're going to get access to coaching and guidance for like 3 months, I think. I don't know, something like that. It'll take you through the new year that everyone else is getting. You are going to get fitter, leaner, stronger through the season if you start now. And then you're covered for January. You're not in training and brain rewiring. You're going to hit January feeling awesome. Okay. Why does this program work? Kind of because instead of working against, you're going beyond just the food and workouts. And you're going to literally be rewiring your subconscious self-sabotage to set yourself up to become in that fit, lean, strong, healthy. Okay. This is just as much of a personal development program as it is a fitness and nutrition program. It has to be. It was just about the hybrid training, macro balance, eating. 3 meals a day, snacks and food, you're hungry, keep balance, don't eat if you're hungry. Right? Why don't we do that? What makes that hard? Why can't we stay on track? How do we learn to be imperfect? Right? I have so many testimonials from this program. So many. Doctor checkup, blood pressure, metabolically healthier, right? I'm not an overnight fitness professional, medical health professional. And strength training and making stronger. Love being part of your program. I don't know, there's just so many here. Hopping into disorder and bathing suit months ago, forgetting about it, retrying it on. It's marked down 40% women. So if you want to build a fitter, leaner, stronger, healthier body, that's incredible. Learn to nutrition and body struggle forever. If you want to start working with your female physiology instead of against it so that you can restore your metabolism and get results that look and feel incredible, you want to go party. I would love to work with you. I'd love to teach you and guide you and support you and coach you. And I practice exactly as I preach. And behind the social media pictures with a lot of disordered eating and body dysmorphia. Again, I've been in the industry for a long time. I hear it from the other side. And I know how to not cause that in you guys. And I know how to get you results like true doesn't have what I have at the deepest level. I take lots of coaching programs. I select people very carefully. There's a lot of scams. I love helping you guys. So the cost of the program is $497. You get lifetime access to the core curriculum and all the resources in it, plus the October bonus. When you join the October 23rd cohort, you are also January round, which will take you through the new year and into the new year. You will go through the crazy, you get forever workouts. You really don't ever need to buy a workout program again. You get enough recipes to last you forever. You're gonna get your metabolism back, you get permanent fat loss, you're gonna have no more anxiety, you're gonna have all day energy. Okay. 60-second summary. You get the FLS core curriculum, lifetime access, FLS support community, lifetime access, 6 weeks of live weekly group coaching, plus the October bonus of getting November and January. So it's more like 6, 12, it's more like 18 or not 18, 6, 10. It's more like 16 weeks of live support. So I'm here to help you. If you reach out to me, I will help you. Okay. You get the progressive metabolic strength and conditioning resource library of all those programs. You get the macrobalance recipe and snack guides. There's all kinds of other things in there. Total value, 11,600. This is my life's work. I've been doing it for a long time. I'm not really sure you can really put a price on it, but this is what they teach you to do. So there you go. But it's $497. As a result of the program, you experience, like I said, energy, no more cravings, no more binge, restrict, overeat cycles. I cannot tell you how women heal their nutrition from the inside out. Inflammation will go down, nourishing your body. You will start nourishing your body with confidence, ease, and simplicity. No more confusion. You'll be free from dieting, counting, and tracking forever. No more stress about food. You will have a new level of respect and love for your body and all that she does for you. You'll have an improved mindset that you never knew was available to you. You will have a new way of life and living. You will trust yourself around food in any situation. You will have metabolically healthy habits that stick with ease. You'll have food freedom, a powered up metabolism, permanent fat loss, and a fitter, leaner, stronger body that feels incredible. Program works 100% of the time if you do the work. Listen to the modules, follow the training programs. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. Reach out to me if you are ever struggling, confused, overwhelmed. I am here to support you. If you do that stuff, this program works 100% of the time. No woman has to struggle in perimenopause. No woman should feel foreign in her body. No woman has to feel stuck, overweight, overwhelmed, unheard, or drained anymore. No woman has to struggle with food. This program I designed to change everything. You've done so much for others over the last years. Now is your time to focus on you. It's time to take care of your body. And if you're ready to start working with your body instead of against her, to feel incredible again in your own skin and set yourself up to feel incredible for the second half of life, join Fitter, Leaner, and Stronger. Anybody have any questions? You guys are still here, which I love. I said I was going to try not to be. Last time I did this, it was 3 hours. So 2 hours, actually it's probably about an hour and 40 minutes. So it's a lot better timing than it was last time. If anyone has any questions, let me know. You're welcome. If anyone wants to join, send me a message or check your email. We'll send you the link. Like I said, the next group intake, I like to start us in cohorts and work through a round together. But again, there's no pressure. You can just join and do it on your own. Go through the modules on your own. You know, some people like the cohorts. What I've learned over time is that, you know, some people like to just join and do it at their own pace and just listen to the modules and take it in. Some people like to join and do the 5-week training blocks together. And that can be really, it can give them the structure that they need, but it's up to you. I don't give these rigid guidelines of what you have to do because I know that each of you are different. Each of you are at a different stage. You have different stresses. You need different things. You're all different. And part of what I try to do is help you guys understand that. It's not a cookie cutter, you must do these things or you fail. It's like you have to learn who you are and what's going to work for you. Not just push yourself to the max, but really learn about yourself. Some people join and they just listen to all the modules quietly, and then they come back and they ask me questions as they go, or they do the 5-week blocks kind of on their own. Some people love to do it in the cohorts together. We're all unique. We're all different. The fundamental learnings in the curriculum are universal. But how you kind of work through it, the stage of change you're ready for, that's unique to each of you. And a lot of fitness trainers are like, no, you got to do it. You got to check in. You got to comment daily. You got to send me photos. That makes me feel anxious. I'm not here for that. Like as I said before, my life is stressful. I like my nutrition and my workouts to be simple. And that's what I want for you guys. And whatever you need to do to make that work, but you have to go through the curriculum. You have to do the learning. You can't skip any of it. I'm just so convinced of it. I think people just spin because you're missing some of the fundamental concepts. and deeper inner shifts that need to happen. Yeah, it's just really, really good stuff. So thank you so much. I'll be in touch. Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm here. And again, the October cohort is enrolling, and we start with prep week, the week of October 23rd. And when you join in October, you're going to get November and January included. So you have got support and coaching access and anything you need for about 16 weeks. And again, you get it for life. You get the curriculum for life. So I'm not taking that away. You get to keep that and listen to it for as long as this exists. And I don't really have any other plans to do anything else. This is what I do. I love coaching you guys, and I hate saying goodbye. So I'm just going to sign off here. Thank you so much. Take care.
Cheers. Thank you.
You're welcome.